Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. As I said last class at the end, we will discuss today about the application of differentiation and integration related to graphs. Especially, there are two things we can find from the graph, slope of the graph and area below the graph. And I said there are two types of graphs mainly we get between any two quantities, either straight or curved graph. Now let us try to understand. First take one straight graph. So there is one straight line. Now what is the meaning of slope of the graph? Slope of the graph. Slope of the graph, the two straight graph equal to tan theta according to mathematical definition. What does that mean? If you extend the graph, it will make some angle with positive x-axis. Then that tan of theta, what is theta? Angle made by the graph with which direction? Positive x-axis, not negative x-axis. So that this tan theta value is called slope of the graph, straight graph. M equal to tan theta. This is the definition of slope. Or else you can choose 2 points on the graph, any 2 points on the graph. So it is a coordinate system. So there are 2 points. Let's take x1, y1 and this one is x2, y2. Then if you draw two lines parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis from the points chosen, then you will get one intersecting position. Now it is like one right angle triangle. Now here, if this is theta, theta is the angle between graph and x-axis. Now this is like x-axis, this is graph, so this also theta. Then tan theta equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite is BC by adjacent is AB. Or else, see here, BC. This is Y1. This is Y2. See, this point is x2, y2 means what is the value on y? Y2. So this is y2. Here point is having x1, y1. So y value is how much? Y1. So this is y1, this is y2. So that what is BC will become y2 minus y1. And what is AB? So this is x2. So here point is x2 means this length is x2. Here point is x1 means this length is x1. So what is AB will become? x2 minus x1. Nothing but delta y by delta x. So between 2 points on the graph, the change in y coordinate by change in x coordinate is nothing but slope of the graph. Either you can find from theta or you can find from coordinates of 2 points, any 2 points on the graph. This is what? The slope of the graph. What kind of graph? Straight. Right? Now, let us take curved graph. Now, in case of curved graph, the slope is keep on changing. See, you take here x-axis, you take here x-axis, here x-axis, here x-axis. The angle is keep on changing. So that's why tan theta value keep on changes. So for curve, tan theta changes from point to point. Therefore, slope is not constant. But here, in case of straight line, you take any 2 points, between any 2 points, anywhere, you will get the same slope. So in case of this straight line, the graph is having constant slope. But in case of curve, the slope is variable. It is different at different points. Here we are taking any 2 points. But here you cannot take any 2 points. So that at any point the slope is different from other point. So that's why if you take a curve, now instead of taking 2 points, you will take only 1 point. Now at that point, you will draw a tangent. You will draw tangent at that particular point. Let's take P. Now at P, slope is tan theta, where theta is the not angle made by curve, that is the angle made by tangent at that point. What is that? Tangent at that point. So slope of curve at any point is equal to slope of the tangent at that particular point. Here also formula tan theta. But suppose if they are asking here slope, then you have to draw here tangent. Now here theta is different. Let's take theta dash. Then here slope is tan theta dash. So the theta changes. So slope changes. But the other method is here at any particular point means delta x is 0. Between 2 points means x2 minus x1. But at any one point, between 2 points, average, at any point, instantaneous, then under the limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x, we can write it as dy by dx. Nothing but slope of the curve. So, slope of the straight line is delta y by delta x. But slope of the curve is dy by dx. Differentiation of y quantity with respect to x quantity. That is the difference between slope of straight line and curve. So here what mathematical phenomena you can use? Differentiation. In which case to find slope. To find slope of curved graph. That is what mainly you have to understand. Right? Now, let us take physics example. Suppose they have given a graph velocity versus time. Velocity versus time. Then slope may be delta v by delta t or dv by dt. Both chances are there. Delta v by delta t if it is straight. The graph is straight. dv by dt if it is curve. Because graph is possible anything. But either straight or curve, nothing else. Now, if it is straight, delta v by delta t, average acceleration. Delta v means what? Change in velocity. Delta t means what? Time taken. Change in velocity by time taken. Nothing but average acceleration. This is what you have studied in your basic chapter also. Nagarjun sir taught. Now here dv by dt that is curve. Curve means what? Instantaneous. dv by dt. So from the slope of vt graph, you can find acceleration. If the graph is straight, you can find average acceleration. You can find instantaneous acceleration if it is curve. So this way, the application of mathematics helps you in solving questions. So what they will give question like, they will give the graph of Vt. Then they will ask acceleration. Then immediately you have to think of this. Or else another one. Displacement versus time. Displacement versus time. Then slope is either delta x by delta t or dx by dt. So from displacement versus time graph, if you find the slope, either you will get average velocity or you will get instantaneous velocity. So from the slope of displacement versus time graph, you can find velocity. Either average velocity or instantaneous velocity. That is depending upon the given graph. So this way, the concept of slope and the concept of differentiation are the application of mathematics utilized in solving physics. So this is about slope of a graph. Right? Now, the slope can be positive or negative. That is also like if this is the line or if this is the line. If this is the graph, if you extend it, the angle made by the graph with x-axis is less than 90. So tan theta is positive, slope is positive. But if you take this graph, you extend it, then angle with positive x-axis is 90 plus something. So greater than 90 degrees. For greater than 90 degrees, tan theta is negative. Why? Because tan of 90 plus theta. Here 90 plus something, we don't know. 10, 20, 30, anything. So tan 90 plus theta is minus cot theta. So slope value becomes what? Negative. So slope of a graph can be positive or negative. That depends upon the angle. If the angle made by the graph with positive x-axis is less than 90, then slope positive. Greater than 90, negative. So you can understand it. If theta 90 degrees exactly, then slope is undefined. I mean infinity. Because tan 90 is infinity. If theta is 0 degrees, then slope is 0. This is the graph parallel to y-axis. This is the graph parallel to x-axis. So these things are also important. So remember everything. Right? Now. Similar way, let's take one more thing. That is, if you take a graph, then first straight graph. Draw a perpendicular from the starting point and from ending point on x-axis. Then this total area between graph and x-axis is called area below the graph. This is called area below the graph. This complete area. How can you find it? You can divide into like this. Now this is like one right angle triangle. So half into base into height. Base, height. And this is another portion rectangle. So length into breadth. So you will get this area and this area, then you can add it. But what is the advantage? Few questions will come related to this area. Like one example. Area below AT graph. Acceleration versus time graph. That is delta V. Nothing but change in velocity. And area below VT graph. That is either distance or displacement. Both are possible. What is distance? Total area. What is displacement? Area above time axis minus area below time axis. What does that mean? Let us try to understand. Take one graph. What graph we are talking? Vt. Now the particle started at t equal to 0 like this and went like this and then like this and then like this and then came. From here to here velocity increasing. From here to here velocity constant. From here to here velocity decreasing. Like you started in a car from your home. Initially speed increased. Then you maintained one particular speed. Then you apply brakes. Then velocity decreasing. Then you came to rest. But from here to here you are moving in one direction. So like this. So this total area that is area between graph and time axis, that is above the time axis, area above time axis, that is the distance travelled in one direction. Now here you stopped and now the velocity again increasing but negative. Negative means what? Opposite direction. Now the particle is coming in opposite direction from here to here. Because this is negative velocity means direction of motion is reversed. So from here to here, suppose the particle came here. Now if you find this area, then you will get this length, this distance. Now this is A1, this is A2. Then A1 value equal to this distance, A2 this distance. Now this is nothing but what? Displacement. A1 minus A2. Nothing but area above time axis minus area below time axis. That is what? Displacement. If you take distance, distance is nothing but total path length, forward as well as backward. Displacement is shortest distance, but distance is total length. So A1 plus A2. That's why total area, this plus this is called distance. But positive area minus negative area or area above time axis minus area below time axis is called displacement. So this way graphical based questions will come based on area below the graph. But this is only related to kinematics. In another chapter also the relations will come. Like in thermodynamics, the area below pressure versus volume graph gives work done. Like that, in different chapter, different application will come. We will study in detail at that particular time. But here, just take this kinematics example. Right? So, this is how you can find the area below the graph. But if the graph is straight, then it is easy to find the area. But suppose the graph is curved. See, like this. Here y, here x. maybe like BT graph, AT graph, FT graph, anything. Graph can be between any two physics quantities, in generally y and x. Now the graph is curve. If you draw perpendicular from starting and ending, then this is the total area. But it is not having any particular shape. If you take like this, then you can divide into one triangle, one rectangle, one triangle, or else directly you can take one trapezium, so that you can find the area easily. It may be equal to velocity or acceleration or anything, it doesn't matter. Depending upon the given question, you will get it. But this way we cannot divide this area. Then what we will do? We will do it in this way. We will divide this total area into small strips. What we will do? We will divide this area into small strips, and each area let's take dA. Now one such small area you consider here, having width dx, and the y value is y something. Now what kind of shape it is looking like? Here slight curve is there, but this value is very small. It is like this actually, like this, very small. So how it will look like? It looks like almost rectangle. So the area of this small element is y dx, because rectangle area means length into breadth. So I divided the total area into small strips, and one such strip area is y dx. But y is different for different strips. Now you want total area below graph, that is dA plus so on up to infinity. There are infinite number. Then instead of taking that, what you will do? Integration dA. Instead of adding small quantities. That is the definition of integration. So integration dA nothing but y dx. Y dx from x1 to x2. This is the starting value of x, x1. This is the ending value of x, x2. The limits are from x1 to x2. So the final conclusion is area below curved graph equal to integration of y quantity with respect to x quantity with the limits x1 to x2. For example, you consider acceleration versus time graph, something curve. Then first this is T1, this is T2. Then area below AT graph equal to change in velocity. Change in velocity equal to area below the graph. But area below the curved graph is nothing but what? Integration of y quantity with respect to x. What is y quantity here? Integration of acceleration with respect to x quantity is what? Time, from t1 to t2. So this way, in physics, wherever curved graph comes and where you have to find one quantity from the area, then you will use integration of y quantity with respect to x quantity. So that is the reason why what I said, the slope of curve you can find from differentiation dy by dx, and area below the curved graph you can find from integration, that is integration y with respect to x. So understand these things. Now So finally, if you take kinematics, there may be displacement versus time graph, velocity versus time graph, acceleration versus time graph. And slope of displacement versus time graph is velocity. Straight graph means average velocity, curved graph means instantaneous velocity. And from VT graph, slope of VT graph is acceleration. And curved graph means instantaneous acceleration. Straight graph means average acceleration. That is about slope. Similarly, you can find area. Area below AT graph, change in velocity. Area below VT graph, either distance or displacement. Right? So that you can find the different quantities using the concept of area and slope of the curve. Right? Now, here let me tell you or let me explain you one more thing. I said like velocity is ds by dt, right? And acceleration is dv by dt, and displacement equal to integration v dt, and velocity is integration a dt, or else integration dv, or else integration ds. So here if you take this integration v dt, that means the graph if you take between v and t, then integration y with respect to x, nothing but area below the graph. Which graph? Vt graph. So area below the Vt graph should give what? Displacement. Here if you take At, integration At, that means A is on y-axis, T is on x-axis. It is like integration y with respect to x. That is nothing but area. So area of At graph equal to what? Change in velocity. Change in velocity. Like one question, one example I will give you. At graph is given for a particle like this. At graph. So here this is 10 meter per second square. This is 5 seconds. Now the graph is At and the particle started from rest, and find its velocity after 5 seconds. So initial velocity 0. So they are asking velocity of the particle after 5 seconds. Then from the given graph, immediately you should get the idea that the graph is At. So area equal to change in velocity. Area below At graph. So that change in velocity is final minus initial. Final after 5 seconds we have to find, minus initial 0 equal to area. Area is what kind of area looking like? Triangle. Half into base 5. Height 10 equal to 2 5s are 5 5s are 25. So what is the velocity after 5 seconds? 25 meter per second. So this way you can use the application of area below the graph, right? So graph can be anything, but after looking into the question you have to think only two things: whether by finding area or by finding slope we can get the required quantity. Either you can get by finding area or by finding slope. That's it. Right? Now, let me give you one more thing, that is impulse. Impulse equal to f into delta t. So what is impulse? Nothing but change in linear momentum. That is dp. dp equal to f dt. Impulse means actually change in linear momentum. But what is the difference between general change in linear momentum and impulse? When a large force acts on the body suddenly for a short interval of time, then the change in linear momentum is called impulse. If I take a ball and hit you, it will hit and go for a small interval of time. Then you will get some force. That force and the time interval will give you the impulse. Because the ball is not in contact with you for a long time. Or else if I take same ball in my hand and I am trying to push you with that ball, then that is not impulse. I am applying the force with the ball only. But I am holding it and I am trying to push you. But if I take the ball and throw it to your face or some, then it will hit and go. Then it is called impulse. So that here, if you take integration f dt. Now integration f dt means they can ask question like they'll give graph of force versus time. Then integration f dt means integration y with respect to x. This is nothing but area below ft. So they will give ft graph and they will ask impulse. Then you should understand that impulse is nothing but area below ft graph. Like change in velocity, nothing but area below at graph. So from the question, using the mathematics, using the physics concept, you can do it. But without mathematics, without concept, you cannot solve the question. Similarly, let's take one more question. Now, what is the velocity at t equal to 3 seconds and at t equal to 8 seconds? They are asking. At t equal to 3 seconds, what is the velocity? Or at t equal to 8. Velocity means what? ds by dt. Or else delta s by delta t. Nothing but what? Slope of the graph. Here straight line is there, so delta s by delta t. So velocity you can find from what? Slope of st graph. Now at t equal to 3 seconds. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 3 seconds means here. But from here to here, the graph is straight. So at any point slope is what? Same. At any point from here to here, the slope is same. Then here, anywhere from 0 to 5 seconds, slope is same. Nothing but velocity is same. So what is velocity then? At t equal to 3 seconds. Velocity is nothing but slope. Slope means delta s by delta t. Now delta s. Choose 2 points. Always try to choose initial and final. This and this. So what is this length? Delta y. Nothing but delta s. 20. By delta x. Nothing but delta t. Because x-axis is time. So 5. So 20 by 5. 4. So what is the velocity at t equal to 3 seconds? 4. Also you need to look at whether it is positive or negative. Here the angle is less than 90. So positive. But the other question is at t equal to 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8 here somewhere. From here to here again one more straight line. So slope is same. but different from here, because these two are not same line. Now this is another one. Now at 8 seconds means here nothing but from here to here same slope. So here to here means the velocity is, the delta s is again 20 and delta t again 5, because 5 to 10, how much? 5 seconds, but minus. Why? Because here theta is greater than 90. So for this one slope is negative. So obviously velocity also negative. So how much? Minus 4 meter per second. So this way in physics questions will be asked based on slope and area. So few examples I tried to explain. So please understand them, practice them. Wherever you have doubt, ask me. Because again all these things you will study in kinematics. But these are all like basic points, basic mathematics which is required to complete the physics. To understand the physics perfectly. To solve the physics in easy manner. So please solve everything and remember each and every formula. And in the coming session, again we will continue with the same way, in the same way, the continuation of basic mathematics. Right? Thank you so much.